We pay homage to the Blessed One, Supremely Enlightened Buddha. Sadhu, sadhu. We pay homage to our teacher, Luk Swami Wahanse. Sadhu, sadhu. Dear Dhamma friends, if you can remember, Aran Sariputta Thero was teaching this Dhamma to the household Anathapindika, the male follower of the Buddha, Anathapindika. He was teaching the Dhamma and he was explaining about very powerful qualities that would help somebody to escape from rebirth in miserable places, and also the same factors that would lead one to attain stages of enlightenment. And we learned about how the confidence in the Buddha Dhamma Sangha leads them to cultivate more wholesome qualities in their life. So that is the difference between a blind faith and a confidence based on understanding of the Dhamma. Like this confidence in the Buddha Dhamma Sangha does not just stay end there. It just not stop there as a mere faith, but that faith leads the follower to practice bodily restraint, verbal restraint, and mental restraint. So that's the power of the confidence. So the confidence is the base for that, because the follower, the practitioner, places confidence in the enlightenment of the Buddha, means he can learn about what to practice and what not to practice. So that confidence directly linked to the purification of bodily, verbal, and mental actions. So that is why the confidence supports the practitioner to develop good karma, and as a result, the person escapes from all the rebirth in all the miserable places. It's not just a mere faith. It's a combination of so many wholesome qualities based on faith and confidence. So we learned about that, how the confidence in the Buddha leads to the growth of wholesome qualities, how the confidence in the Dhamma leads to the growth of wholesome qualities, and then we learned how the confidence in the noble Sangha leads to the growth of wholesome qualities. And then Sariputta Bhante taught about how the ethical conduct, or the sila, you can see a sila, leads to the growth of wholesome qualities, and as a result, the householder's pain also dies down, and after death he will be reborn in a happier destination, and also he will continue his path in attaining stages of enlightenment. So all these benefits or the results are achieved with the same practice. Like there is no different practice. So one practice is to escape from pain, another practice is to escape from rebirth in miserable places, and still another practice to attain stages of enlightenment. There are no such different practice. It's just the one practice leads to all these benefits and results. Isn't that beautiful? So it's the same factors taking you all the way to the liberation, giving happy results in this very life as well. And then Aran Sariputta Bhante explained about the right view, right? And we learned the meaning of right view. Then Sariputta Bhante explained another wholesome quality, a factor called right thought. And this is the second one, right? So what is the Pali for that? So Sammaditthi is the right view. If you can remember, the knowledge about wholesome and unwholesome, knowledge about the dependent origination, knowledge about the truth of this life, the Four Noble Truths, which is Sammaditthi, right understanding, right view you hold about the life, about this existence, about cause and effect mechanism, basically the truth of this life. And then, so Sariputta Bhante taught Anathapindika, he had all these qualities. So then Samma Sankappa, and not only Sammaditthi, Bhante explains about Michchaditthi as well, right? So Michchaditthi is the wrong view. Remember we discussed about the view of eternalism, right? Annihilationism, that means somebody believe there is nothing after death, right? Nothing exists after it. That is a wrong view, as Buddha realized. And another view is there is a eternal life after death. That is also a wrong view, and that is called Michaditti, and that leads to the growth of lots of unwholesome qualities, as Buddha realized, because they don't have any fear after death, the fear of rebirth in miserable places, because they don't believe in rebirth. They think everything ends at death. So then, without any fear, they tend to do bad things by body, speech, and mind. Same with the wrong view of an eternal life after death. They think if you pray to somebody, to create a god or to somebody, then no matter what you do, your faith is what matters, and then you can be reunited with the Creator, and you will live forever. So that's also they are not responsible of those actions that much. Like it's the faith they think. So based on that faith, if somebody even kills somebody, thinking that I am doing this to show my faith to my Creator or whatever, and then they don't think it's an unwholesome quality, so they can do anything. Some people who are against their belief, but no, Buddha taught action matters. So in like killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, lying, all these unwholesome actions, and they lead to rebirth in a miserable place, not in heaven, right? So that's the difference between wrong view and right view. So this is wrong view, Michaditti. Sammaditthi is right view. And then Michha Sankappa, we discussed about wrong thoughts, and we discussed about Samma Sankappa, right thoughts, right? Threefold, remember? Right view is threefold. Then we discussed, yeah, right thought. And then we discussed about Michha Vacha, wrong speech. Wrong speech is fourfold. And then we discussed about Samma Vacha, right speech, also fourfold. And then we discussed about Michha Kammanta is threefold. That means wrong action is threefold, three types of wrong action. And then we discussed about Samma Kammanta, right action, also threefold. Okay, is that what we discussed? We didn't? Samma Sankappa? No, Samma Kamma. Okay, so Sariputta Bhante explains here. So we don't have English translation here. It's just repetition here. Because of the repetition you can see here. But Pali has the entire thing here. So this is the Pali. Can everybody read Pali? Can you try? We can read. Just read and try to read and translate.
Karupena ko gahapati Micha kammantena samasnadato asutava putajano kayasavena paramarana apaya dugati nipata nirayan upapajyati.
Okay, so let's learn about that part first. So now you are going to translate it. See how lucky you are. This is the direct word of the Buddha, Buddha's language, and now we are going to translate it to your language. Yatha rupena ko gahapati. Okay, gahapati means the householder, lady disciple. Micha kammantena samannagato. That means if any. Okay, so this is Gahapati means the way Sariputta Bhante addresses the householder Anathapindika. Okay, householder. If anybody has Micha Kammanta, wrong action, who is this anybody? Any Asutava Putujjano. Asutava means who has not heard the teachings of the Buddha and who has not realized the Dhamma. Khutojano means worldling, any ordinary worldling, right? Any ordinary person who doesn't know about these deep things about this life and who has wrong action. Okay, so what is wrong action? Wrong action, as Buddha explains, is threefold. Can you read, please?
Killing, stealing, sexual.
So those are the wrong actions. Killing means killing what? Beings. Beings means killing humans and
Any living beings.
any living being. Because I am asking, some people think trees are also living beings. Maybe according to the science, but not according to the karma and effect mechanism. Okay, so living beings here means humans and animals. Okay, when you say animals, even the teeny tiny mosquito or insect is also included. Any animal, any creature with a consciousness, with a life. Okay, so that's wrong action. Wrong action. Any fly, any insect, and even an ant. Okay, and if when you talk about killing a human being, people normally think killing a matured, well-grown human being. Sometimes they think when they think about a human being, but even a drop, like a drop of life of a human being. What does that mean? Embryo, or whatever name you call it. As soon as the consciousness gets established, it's called conception, right? Yes. Conception takes place in a mother's womb. That's called a human being. According to the knowledge of the Buddha, according to the extraordinary realization of the Buddha. Okay, and destroying any sort of human life is considered as killing, and the third one is sexual misconduct. So these three actions, if any ordinary person who has wrong view, kayasa bheda param maranam. What is that? At the breakup of the body, param marana. Marana means death. Okay, after death. Apayam, duggating, vinipata, nirayam upapajjati. That ordinary person who made the bad karma in that way through the wrong action, threefold wrong action, as a result of that, he will be reborn in a miserable place, even in hell. And then Sariputta Bhante teaches, Tatha rupo te micha kammanto natti. But householder, in your life, such kind of wrong action is not found. See, now you can translate. Such a wrong action is not found in you. And now Sariputta Bhante explains about the positive quality. Can you read Pali, this paragraph? Very good. So Sariputta Arhantero explains, Attikote gahapati samma kammanto. However, in your life, right action is found. You practice right action. So what is right action? Abstaining from killing. Not only that, abstaining from killing and saving lives, protecting others' lives, being kind and compassionate to all beings, taking care of sick people. When you say abstaining from killing, all those good things are also included. And abstaining from killing itself, good, because you made a volition to avoid that. That's a volitional act. And that's how you avoid killing. If somebody gives rise to a volition to kill somebody, the one who abstains from it does it with mental power. He avoids doing it through a powerful, wholesome volition. That's why it becomes a good karma. And then abstaining from stealing. Abstaining from stealing means not only abstaining, but also you do things to protect others' belongings, right? To help others to feel that safety and security. So whatever you do in that aspect. And then abstaining from sexual misconduct. And abstaining from sexual misconduct, and also the positive quality with that is being faithful to the husband and wife, being respectful and understanding, leading the family life harmoniously. So this abstaining, and then the cultivation of wholesome qualities. So together it becomes the right action. So Sariputta Bhante explains, householder, you practice right action. So when you see right action in your life and how well you are practicing it, your pain may dies down, right? So then this is about Samma Kammanta. Any questions about Samma Kammanta? And then Sariputta Bhante explains about wrong livelihood and right livelihood. So this is about the way you earn money. See, that also affects the Noble Eightfold Path. That's also a part of the, you cannot separate your life saying, okay, this is my worldly part of my life, this is the spiritual part of my life. You cannot separate like that. The entire life, even the way you earn money, the way you speak, everything is it should be in line with the explanation of the wholesome qualities. You cannot separate them. So yeah, basically this is about the way you earn money. And when it comes to the livelihood of monastics like monks and nuns, it is different because they don't earn money. So there is a different meaning when it comes to the monks and nuns' right livelihood and wrong livelihood. You don't need that, right? Okay, no, I will explain. So let's learn about the wrong livelihood and right livelihood about lay people. Okay, like householders. Okay, can you please read? Okay, so let's learn about that first. Arahant Sariputta Bhante explains, householder, when the ordinary worldling has wrong livelihood, as a result of that bad karma, this ordinary person after death will be reborn in a plane of misery, even in Nirayang. Nirayang means hell. Householder, you don't have such a wrong view. You don't have such a wrong view. What do you have? Now you can read this. Okay. However householder you have in your life, samma ajiva. And you know that those who live with, this is the implied meaning. When somebody has right livelihood, they are not going to be born in a plane of misery. They're not in hell. So when you see that security in your life, when you see that what kind of rebirth are there for you, you will have peace in mind. You will feel that confidence. That is why the pain dies down, right? So what is Miccha Jiva? Miccha Jiva, this is what we need to avoid in order to attain stages of enlightenment. Any means of like unrighteous means of earning money, any occupation that involves killing, stealing, cheating others, harming others, that is wrong livelihood. And yeah, if you earn money in those, anything that involves in those unrighteous ways. And there are some trades not recommended by the Buddha for the lay followers. Not trading poison, weapons, right? Animals, drugs, slaves.
Bhante, what about a person who owns a pawn shop where they're taking advantage of somebody who needs to get money and they give them way less money than what their items are worth? Would that also be wrong livelihood?
There may be many gray areas in the world, in the society about livelihood, but the best way to recognize is the intention of the person who is involved. That person knows his heart, right? The person who is doing it, he knows his heart.
So Bhante, I have one. So a government, they take taxes and then they make part of your money goes to a military that goes and makes war on other countries or creates killing and stuff like that. So would that also, like, where would that stand in?
So it relates to the person who is collecting money, not the person. Like when you pay tax, you don't have an intention, okay, I am giving this tax to use for this and that. You don't have that. You just have the responsibility, fulfilling the responsibility as a citizen. So and Buddha in the discourses, Buddha encourages paying taxes, saying it's a wholesome thing to do. It's a wholesome thing to do, and this is how your income should be divided. Buddha explains, one portion is for this, another portion is for that, and like that. Buddha in that explanation of different portions of somebody's income, Buddha definitely includes the paying taxes, a portion for the taxes. So that's a wholesome thing. That's a part of this path, noble path. So when it's not the problem of the person who is paying the taxes. The person who is using it's a different story.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yeah. So it's like this. If we take a like simple example, like not complicated one, not a global one, or like a private one, let's say, you give something to a homeless person, some money. You don't have any intention when you are giving it. You don't think, okay, take this and take my money and take drugs. No, you have the intention of an wholesome intention. Okay, take this and eat something. Take this and help somebody. Take this and drink something, right? Or take this and take some medicine. With a good intention, good heart, you have, right? So, and when you do that, you already made your good karma. It's finished. You gave up your money and you made the good karma. And so your good karma part ends there. And you can rejoice in your generosity anytime you like. I helped many homeless people. I donated money. Like, remember, a few weeks ago, we donated lots of warm clothes to a shelter to be distributed among homeless people. We learned that hundreds of homeless people are in that shelter. People who lost the jobs recently are in there. People who are addicted to drugs and now they are surviving and they are taken care of there. And there is another floor for hundreds of women who lost their jobs and no place to live. They are taken care of there. And some people are there for temporarily till they find a new job and a place to live and like that. So the We Care for Your charity team here, they started this warm cloth drive, and we collected hundreds of items, and lots of Kalyanamitas joined for wrapping and the delivering and everything. So we donated them, right? And now we rejoice in that good karma. So like that, and then that's your part. And then the homeless person can use your money either to take drugs, either to drink alcohol, right? Or to a good purpose. To buy food, to buy medicine, to help somebody, to help parents. It's his karma. It's his karma. The way he uses the money donated to him is his karma. Okay, so like that. When you pay tax, pay it with the wholesome intention. I am following the instructions of enlightened Buddha, and Buddha also encouraged paying taxes. And I am doing it with a wholesome intention. May this money help many people in the world. That's your part. Okay. Yeah, it's the beautiful way to understand how this karma works is always go to the intention. Always go to the intention of the moment of the action. Go back to the intention. Then you will realize.
Probably partially know, but somewhat know the difference between karma and merit, making merit, karma. They're related, but I kind of have a feeling there's a difference also. Related.
Yeah, there's a big relation between merit and karma. So we have merit is punyang, and then karma we have kusala karma, wholesome karma. So merit is also, that means wholesome actions. Okay, so merit is a result of wholesome action. How about that? Merit is the punyang. We collect merit when we do good actions. Good actions is good karma. And demerit means apunya. Apunya means the result of bad actions. Bad actions means akusala karma. When you do bad actions, we accumulate demerits.
So karma is kind of like a verb.
It's like action. And also there is vipaka. Vipaka means the results. Karma vipaka. Results of actions. Okay? Good. So then Sariputta Bhante explains, you have right livelihood, householder. What is right livelihood? To earn money. When you do your occupation, you don't kill humans or animals, You don't steal, you don't cheat others, you don't harm others. Your livelihood is righteous, wholesome. You don't need to feel regret. So when some people learn this Dhamma, they change their job. That's okay. Until they learn these discourses, they didn't know.
Bhante, people that do explain wrong livelihood, are they going to hell for sure?
Yeah, that's why it says here. This is the direct meaning of it. Yatha rupena ko gahapati michcha jivana samarnagato asuta aputujjano kayasa veda paramarana apayan duggati vinipatan nirayang upapachati. That is the exact meaning. The ordinary person who practices wrong livelihood ends up in hell. Unfortunately. Yes. So Samma Ajiva is that you earn money in a righteous way. Okay? In a righteous way. Without harming others, cheating others, without killing, without selling poison, without selling weapons. Right? Good. And then Arhat Sariputta Bhante explains about the Michcha Vayama and Samma Vayama. So that's the wrong effort and right effort. Okay, can you read, please?
Yatha rupena ko saman suttama tatujjano kayasa veda parana apayan nirayang upapachati.
Okay, good. So Arhat Sariputta Bhante teaches householder, because this ordinary person he has wrong effort, after death he will be born in plane of misery, even in hell. However, you don't have that wrong effort. That's the teaching. So now we need to learn about wrong effort, right? Because it's a very dangerous thing. What is wrong effort? Wrong effort is any effort you make to do evil things, unwholesome things. That is wrong effort. Like effort people make for killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, lying, right? Any effort. Okay, can you read this, please?
Attijjatote gahapati sammavati anjapanate sammavayama attani samanupassato tanuso vedana patipassam veda.
So Sariputta Bhante teaches, however, householder, you have right effort. What is right effort? And right effort helps you to escape from hell and bad destinations. Right effort. Right effort is fourfold. Effort to abandon unwholesome qualities.
state.
Yeah, unwholesome qualities that have already arisen. That means they are present in your life and you make an effort to abandon them. Let's say you tell lies and you break precepts, right? And you make an effort to keep your precepts. Yeah. Yeah. So this is Pahana Padam. Yeah, because it's about abandoning. And then the next one is effort to
prevent.
Prevent unwholesome qualities from arising. What is that? That's Sangvarapada. Okay, let's say now, if you are not going to be mindful, you know that unwholesome things are going to arise. If you don't practice sense restraint, if you don't stop listening to that sound, if you don't stop paying attention to that thing, you know that unwholesome things are going to arise and damage your wholesome qualities. And then you at that time make an effort to prevent the rising of unwholesome qualities that have not yet arisen. You need an effort to avoid that. That's the second one, preventing. First one already arisen. Let's say now you already have angry thoughts. For some reason, you got angry. Now already anger is there. And now you make an effort to abandon it. That's Pahana. Understand the difference? Third one, you make an effort to cultivate wholesome qualities in your life. Bhavana Pada. To cultivate. Think about the Buddha's wisdom. Analyzing this. And all this effort is mental. Mental effort. Right effort. To cultivate wholesome qualities. That means to cultivate higher precepts, to cultivate meditation, to cultivate mindfulness, to cultivate the factors of the Noble Eightfold Path, you make an effort. So the cultivate bhavana padana. And then number 4, to maintain. You make an effort to maintain the wholesome qualities that have already arisen in you. To make it grow. You make an effort. You understand the difference? Beautifully explained by the Buddha. Anurakkana padana. This is right effort. So we have to be careful. Now we know that we were collecting some wholesome qualities into our life, and if we are reckless and if we are not mindful, if we take things for granted, we might lose those wholesome qualities. And after some time we will realize, oh, I didn't pay attention. So to avoid that, you make an effort to maintain your wholesome qualities that are already present in you. And you have to be attentive of the supporting factors for those wholesome qualities. And you understand, how have I earned these wholesome qualities? What are the supporting factors? What are the things I used to gain these things? And then you have to pay attention not to drop those good things in your life. Let's say you gain some wholesome qualities in your life because of the association of good friends. And you don't recognize that. You don't recognize how this happened. And you lose your attention. So that you don't make an effort to maintain your wholesome qualities. That means you don't recognize the value of the association of good friends. And then after some time, after many years maybe, you will realize, oh, now I don't have those good qualities in my life. Why? I didn't make an effort to maintain my good qualities because I didn't pay attention to the supporting factors. What are those factors that supported me to gain these wholesome qualities? So maintaining is also very important.
For number 2, to prevent unwholesome qualities from arising, do they have to arise just a little bit so that you know?
No. You mean preventing?
Like, how do you know to prevent it? How to even?
If you are mindful, you can understand. Like, let's say somebody is insulting you. As soon as you hear the word, you know now, if I am going to be here, definitely anger will arise. And you want to avoid that conversation. If it has even a little bit arisen, then you go to this abandon. You have to go to the first one. So that's the difference.
So it's kind of like shutting off the sense doors.
Yeah, restraint of sense doors, guarding the sense doors. Guarding the sense doors is exactly this one. Yeah, Buddha gives with his own words the in one sutta. Buddha gives the examples for this. Sense restraint is the example for prevent. So scientific. Huh?
And minimize the association with the people who think that will cause unwholesome problems.
Yeah. Yeah, it's in the Sabbasa Sutta as well. Yeah. Yeah. Avoiding the people with unwholesome qualities. Okay, so we have learned about 90% of the sutta, and the last we will learn the remaining last, I think, 2 or 3 factors. Harry, okay. Before your question, can we say sadhu?
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Bante, uh, I have a question, something like about the right livelihood we were
Mhm.
talking,
Mhm.
and there's also a follow up. But then something like this seems to be very common in let's say, especially in third world countries, we're in, let's say, if you join a company, or let's say join a government company, wherein even your superior, or you know that many of your co-workers, they are dishonest, they are cheating, or they're stealing from others, or even police, right? So okay, so but then you are one of them, and um, but let's say law enforcement, this is a proper job, supposedly it's a decent one, but then because you are surrounded by the bad people, so is it, should you leave, or should you still consider it as a good livelihood, and also you can still stay there because you may want to prevent and do some good, right? So that is the first question, Bante. So do you think that it is considered a right livelihood to work in a place like that, either it's a government or police, but it's under a corruptive environment?
So again, it's the intention of the person who does the task,
Okay,
right?
so this, yeah.
So, and also the criteria to decide whether you remain in a job is the same criteria recommended by the Buddha for all the other areas in life. For example, Buddha teaches when you decide a place for you to live, when you decide a country, which country I should live in, okay, and which province I should live in, which area I should live in. Buddha gives this criteria. What is the criteria? By living in this place, in this neighborhood, in this place, in this or whatever, what is increasing? Unwholesome qualities or wholesome qualities? What is increasing in my life? This is the criteria given by the Buddha. And when you investigate, you realize by living in this area, wholesome qualities are increasing me. Unwholesome qualities are declining. So this is a good place for me to live. That is how you decide. So same thing is applied to your job working place. And you apply that. And then you investigate by doing this job, by working here. What is increasing? Wholesome qualities increasing or unwholesome qualities? And you make the decision.
But Bante, it's difficult because let's say police.
No,
Let's
it's
say
difficult
yeah.
for some people. It's not difficult for some other people. It depends on how you do use your wisdom to do the investigation.
But Bante, I'm just saying this is an example, but it looks like it's very common outside. So as what I said, yeah, you're surrounded by these bad people, your colleagues, or even your superior. All right, but then
You
you also
cannot, we cannot generalize. We cannot generalize ideas into places. Because it depends on the different working places
yeah.
and environment. Some people, even among bad people, some people, they survive and without harming themselves, without harming others. They survive and they are so happy about what they are doing. And some other people, they don't have that kind of strength to protect themselves, to survive, to protect their wholesome qualities, and they don't have that strength. So then they move,
Yeah.
they change. So we cannot generalize.
Yes, because if in this kind of environment, this person, even though how good he wants to be, he will be tainted, right? So with this bad
No, there are
reputation,
people, they are not tainted. There are people who, no matter what is happening around, they protect
they
their
continue to
wholesome
work.
qualities. Yeah, some people.
Yeah.
But
So
for
my
some people, they don't have that courage and strength.
yes,
So then
it's
they,
difficult.
yes, they have to move.
I see. Although let's say this is, for example, law enforcement. Supposedly, it's a proper one. It's a decent occupation. Now, Banten, my follow up is this now. So supposedly, in that situation wherein you know that the colleagues or even the boss stealing from others, right? Then this person, assuming this person wants to do the right thing, and then he steal it back to the owners, to the customers. Is this proper
Stealing,
or not?
no, for what,
No, steal it back
for
to the
any
proper.
reason. No, there are so many ways to help people apart from killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, lying, cheating. There are so many ways to help people. So killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, lying, always unwholesome. There is no way
So he cannot
whatsoever.
steal back
There
the
is no way you can justify unwholesome
okay.
qualities taught by the Buddha, and Buddha teaches whatever taught by me as unwholesome qualities never become wholesome. And whatever the results I have shown you as the results of unwholesome qualities never become agreeable. Never become agreeable.
Mhm. So let what is stolen by the colleagues, let them be.
No,
Okay,
no,
you don't
no,
get involved. But then the
be careful, but be careful
people
what,
are asking for your help.
be careful, be careful about your intention, not the intention of the people.
Okay, thank you, Bante. Just an example. Thank you, Bante.
What is that? Make your farming. Don't go to involve in others' farming.
Cultivate your own field.
Cultivate your own field. Don't get involved in others' cultivations. That means others' bad karma or good karma is their cultivation. They are responsible for that.
But Bante, my example.
Your good karma or bad karma is your cultivation, and you are responsible for that.
But Bante, my example a while ago is what if, let's say, police. So this police has the obligation to help the others, right? Who
You
has
better,
been stolen. So
okay, there is a very good solution. You better find a different job.
this is just example. I'm not a police. I'm not in the government either. No, Bante, thank you.
Okay, next question, please.
Yes, Bante. What if you have good friends in the Dhamma, and you see this friend is doing something harmful to himself or herself and harming the other party? What do? Do you just let it go and not get involved, or do you advise them to do the right thing? Where, like, because you don't want to get into anybody else's business. but you know what they're doing is wrong, and you have compassion for them.
Okay, some people try to help. Some people try to help, but it depends on depends on the individual. Like some people, when they try to help, and they like to listen to it and follow the advice, and then these people can keep trying to help, right? And some people, when they try, the other person doesn't like to listen to it, just the advice, and then the person cannot carry on advising.
Correct. So is it okay then to advise them once and then step aside because you care for them out of compassion?
It depends on the individual, and it depends on the different cases and situations.
Okay, so it's very, very tailored, is what you're telling me.
It depends on the wisdom. We have to use wisdom, because each case is different, each individual is different, each situation is different. For example, in one of Buddha's past lives, there was this Buddha Kassapa in the world. And at that time, the Buddha to be and his best friend, right? So his best friend was a very faithful disciple of the Buddha Kassapa.
Kassapa, yes.
But this Buddha to be, he was against it, against the Buddha, and he didn't like the Buddha at all. This is our Gautama Buddha's past life. Because he was from a very high caste, and his friend from a very low caste. So he had this lots of ego in their life. And then, however, this friend, his best friend, who was from a very low caste family, he had this compassion for his friend. So he tried so many times to take his friend to the Buddha, Kassapa.
Yes.
But he rejected. No, he said, I don't want to go see those bald-headed monks. That's how he said. But he didn't give up. He didn't give up. Kept trying, kept trying. He used lots of strategies to do that. And finally, he made it. He took his best friend to the Buddha, and he introduced him to the Buddha, saying, this is my best friend. Oh, Blessed One, please teach him the Dhamma. Buddha taught him the Dhamma. You know what happened? Before this Buddha to be, he was he didn't like the Kassapa Buddha at all. But with this first meeting, first Dhamma talk he heard, he decided to become a monk under the Kassapa Buddha, and
That's right.
He did so. That was our Buddha's past life, under the Kassapa Samma Sambuddha. So in that case, his best friend never gave up. But in some cases, the person who advises gives up, right? So it depends, okay?